I welcome all of you to the Ministry of Public Works, Transport and Meteorological Services, the World Health Organization Team Coordinator, Pacific Non-Communicable Disease Pacific Support, Dr. Tomo Kanda, hope I pronounced that correctly. Permanent Secretary here at the Public Works, Mr. Paul Lehuka, Director of Water and Sewage, Muhammad Khan. And also, there's some of you have not mentioned. I welcome all of you today from both the Ministry and the WHO. Bulumelaka, good morning. It is with great pleasure to be with you to officiate this official handing over ceremony for lab equipment that will enhance improved testing capacity of our lab. At the outset, on behalf of the government of Fiji, I wish to extend my deepest gratitude to the WHO for the tremendous yet timely assistance in supplying the Fiji dollars 92,000 worth of lab equipment to the Department of Water and Sewage. According to the recently launched Water Strategy 2050, 83% of the total population has access to pipe water services. High rates of urbanization will increase the demand for water in the major urban centers by 2050. On the other hand, 94% of the total population, i.e. 98% of urban and 89% of rural, have access to at least basic water service. But only 58% of rural households have access to Water Authority of Fiji provided piped and treated water. So the challenge is to ensure that people have access to safe, clean drinking water to the growing demand as we move forward. Of course, we have to take into consideration climate change, deforestation, and increasing agriculture activities, plus other activities which affect water sources, such as extraction of gravel, which we have recently faced in the last few months. So it is a competition for resources, not only from the private sector and even from the government entities. So it is a challenge in terms of maintaining the quality of water and clean piped water, and also to the government entities, Water Authority of Fiji, in terms of ensuring a reliable supply. We are thankful for the assistance from our development partners like WHO to ensure that we carry out our work efficiently and effectively. As the regulatory arm of the water sector, carrying out tests in our Water Authority treatment utilities is one of the many primary functions of the Department of Water and Sewage to ensure that they are compliant. So organizations such as WHO greatly assist the government in this regard. Not only that, but the data collected from having such equipment will be critical in terms of the ministry's assessment and also ensuring that our policies or decisions are research and data-based in terms of verifiable and scientific data. Beneficiaries, as I mentioned earlier, the WHO assistance comes in a timely manner and will contribute towards achieving our plan as we move forward in terms of the reform of the ministry, not only with roads, but also in terms of how best do we structure water delivery services as we move forward. There have been demands from international development organizations or those who have been giving us assistance, not only through loans and grants, but also climate financing, such as the Asian Development Bank, World Bank, etc. But at times they come in with their own prescription, which might not be entirely suitable for Fiji as a developing country, and also for issues such as basic needs and water, which In some countries, they might be thinking of corporatizing water, but it might not be appropriate for a nation such as Fiji, where a major proportion of the population still have to have access to clean, treated water. So there needs to be a balance between the needs of our nation, how we set up policy, and the prescriptions or some of the solutions which are provided by international financiers. And so that we ensure that we move forward with the interests of the nation and our people in mind, and not of financial institutions. So with the lab equipment readily available, government through the Department of Water and Sewage will be able to undertake water testing, as I've mentioned. Some of the equipment include the fume cupboards, will provide safety during analytical chemistry work, glassware and apparatus for bacteriology to enhance multiple tests, and distillers, which will ensure there's a stock of distilled water, which is very important to any lab. So those are some of the equipment. There's a long list. I think I've seen it somewhere. I don't have it with me. But thank you to WHO. And today marks continuous collaboration between government and WHO, and we thank you for your kind gesture and support.
The Honorable Minister for Public Works and Transport, Meteorological Service, Honorable Mr. Ro Philip Tuisawa. The Permanent Secretary, Mr. Paula Balay-Lebuka. The Director, Water and Sewage, Mr. Mohamed Nishad Khan. Senior officials of the Ministry of Public Works, ladies and gentlemen. Buddha Vinaka, Namaste and good morning. I am very pleased to be part of this handover ceremony of lab equipment to Department of Water and Sewage to be used for monitoring the water quality and safety. I convey the apologies from the Dr. Mark Jacobs, WHO representative for South Pacific Office, who is away attending the World Health Assembly in Geneva right now. Ladies and gentlemen, water sustains life and is a crucial component that sustains ecosystems, supports human life and human health, and drives economic development. However, unsafe drinking water is a driving factor behind the more than 1.5 million people who die every year from the diarrhea, most of them infants and small children. A safely managed water supply must be available to all, whether it is used for drinking, domestic use, food production, or recreational purposes. Safe and readily available water is also important for public health, as has been witnessed during the pandemic. COVID-19 highlighted the need to have water available in healthcare facilities, schools, communities, and other settings to enable people to carry out preventative measures such as hand washing. In addition, having improved water supplies and sanitation and better management of water resources can boost countries' economic growth and contribute greatly to poverty reduction. As children drink cleaner water, they do better in school, and as adults, spend fewer days sick leave with waterborne diseases. Productivities increase. Fiji, similar to other Pacific Island countries, has made progress towards meeting Sustainable Development Goal 6 on clean water and sanitation, which would ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all by the year 2030. Access to clean, safe water is not a guarantee for everyone, and this reality underscores the importance of water testing as a vital tool in maintaining water quality and safeguarding public health. Water quality directly influences health outcomes. Contaminated water can carry harmful pathogens such as bacteria, virus, parasite, and leading to disease like cholera, dysentery, and typhoid. Chemical pollutants, including heavy metals, pesticide, and industrial chemicals can cause chronic health issues such as cancer, neurological disorders, and developmental problems, especially in children. Ensuring high water quality is essential to prevent these health risks. Water testing is a scientific process of analyzing water sample to detect and measure contaminants and impurities. Water testing can assist in early detection of contamination, ensure that there is regulatory compliance, protects population health, and helps in monitoring and improvement of water system. Today's Handover lab equipment, valued 67,903 New Zealand dollars, which includes distilleries, deironizers, filtration units, and many other items, is aimed to improve the lab services at the water lab and assist Department of Water Sewerage within the Ministry of Public Works, Transport and Meteorological Services to monitor water quality across the countries. Ladies and gentlemen, three links between water testing, water quality, and health is unequivocal. Water testing is not just a scientific measure and a necessity, it is a public health imperative. By investing in comprehensive water testing program and fostering a culture of awareness and responsibility, we can ensure that everyone has access to safe, clean water. This is a fundamental human right and the cornerstone of health communities. Minister just mentioned bringing from the origin of the water to the community safe, clean water by solid, clean pipe. And also once water arrives to the family and the community, health facility, how we utilize those water. It comes to water sanitation, WASH program comes. And then we have to maintain regular surveillance, how those water maintain good quality. So these three components are absolutely important: pipe, WASH practice, and surveillance. I look forward to seeing these equipment in use soon, together with regular surveillance of water quality, which Ministry of Health Medical Services plays also a critical role, together with this ministry. In conclusion, the World Health Organization Division of Pacific Technical Support will continue to work closely with the ministry in strengthening water safety and assisting the ministry in achieving safe water for all. Minister, thank you very much for your leadership and then inviting us this very important official launching. Pinaka Bakalebu, and thank you very much.